guys, this is IIL02 and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is about this one, and as you can see beside me is a Louis Vuitton bag. So this is an unboxing video but also an educational one because guys, this bag is a pre-loved bag. So guys, I want to do this video to share with you how you will spot an authentic or original LV Speedy 30 vintage one. So with no further ado guys, let's start with how you will spot your bag or your a Speedy 30 that you want to buy from a reseller or from your friend. So with no further ado guys, let's unbox and see what is the points to know if your bag is an authentic LV Speedy 30. So guys, normally nowadays you will find pre-love, and of course there's so many resellers saying that their bag is an authentic LV. So just to educate everyone, so this is something that I experienced, and of course I've also asked and researched about. So I may not be a professional one, but at least I know that these are the basic things that you will know that your LV bag is of course authentic. So you will know what are the red flags and not. So first of all is actually guys, I saw one video wherein this lady was scammed already. And the first thing that she showed, the paper bag itself, the LV, it was so obvious that she was scammed. So first of all, the LV bag, you will find on this marking, the Louis Vuitton itself marking is embossed. Plus, it should be completely symmetrical. So the lady that I saw, her video was like, the S is so obvious that it was not symmetrical at all. Even this one, I don't know how to pronounce this because it's in French, but let's say Maison Fondien 1854 in Paris or Paris. So guys, it should be the same with the, oopsie, let's just, it's so big guys. Oops, sorry. So it should be the same with this original box. It should be embossed and symmetrical. You will find that this is how so what's this, classy and centric the styling of Louis Vuitton bags. So this is the iconic color. It's a bit of orange, light orange, and the marking is a dark blue. It's like navy blue, and of course the ribbon, this Louis Vuitton ribbon, because you will find that there are sellers or scammers who's selling counterfeit. This one itself is so light, and the embossing is actually, there's no emboss, it's flat. So there's so many sellers like that. So those is already red flags if you find the paper bag and the backs are not the same. There's no consistency and it's flat. So let's open this bag. This is an LV Speedy. So guys, as I've said, this is a pre-love bag. I bought this from a friend, and of course it was like more of, she bought it from someone else and then I bought it from her, and she cannot guarantee the authenticity. So what I did before I bought it, I really tried to research how will I know if the bag is authentic. So I even posted it in groups of people who have so much experience with checking if the bag is authentic. It's like a group of people who's really into LV, also who bought LV, who are also in the LV community, and those who has a lot of LV collections, wherein they really help people to identify if the bag that they're posting are legit based on the stamps, heat stamps, date code, even the pipings, the rivets, everything. So I had that kind of community. I joined them, and then of course I also asked some friends with professional experience with buying LV especially someone I know who has like a 34 to 35 pieces of authentic Louis Vuitton bags. So not just Speedy 30. So I asked also for her help to identify if the bag that I bought is actually authentic. So with that, I've been experiencing as well how to actually learn how to know if your bag is authentic. So let's just open this one and I'm gonna show you. Yes, I can actually recycle this one and use it like bracelet, and also, you know, some people they're using the ribbon to make like ponytails. So there. So guys, this is a big box. Yep. And there. So there's the LB bag with the dust bag. So guys, there is so much difference with the dust bag. So sometimes there are dust bags that has Louis Vuitton on it, but this one it just has LV. So there, you will find immediately if the dust bag is original or not with the texture or the features of the dust bag itself. So there, and this is the Speedy 30. Okay guys, so I just want to show you, it was actually flat, so I'm just gonna pull it to its proper shape. Okay, there. So guys, here is the Speedy 30 in MonogramCanvas. Yes, so this is the bag. It's, yes, I know it's pre-loved, but it's really in a good condition. That's why I've fallen in love with this bag. So the thing with this one is that you'll see that it's a bit, you know, there's watermarks already on the handle because it's the sign of usage. It has watermarks already. So still, it's not that bad as others who was selling their pre-loved bags. This one is still bearable and it's not yet cracking, but there's watermarks. So yes guys, so this is the bag that I wanted to unbox and show to you. Well, okay, so now before I start telling you guys what was the points to check, I just want to tell you some stories about this. Are you aware that the Speedy 30 or this LB vintage bag was actually known as the Express bag? You know why? It was released in 1930s after the Kipal bag or the Louis Vuitton Kipal bag. It's in size 40. I know most of the Kipal is size 40 because it's really bag, it's for traveling. So you know, LV bags but in the 1930s was like luxurious for, you know, traveling. You have a lot of things to put in inside. So until one iconic lady requested for a smaller size of the Kipal bag, and her name is Audrey Hepburn. So Audrey Hepburn was actually the one who requested for this luxury brand to produce a smaller one, and that was actually the Speedy 25. So at that time, paparazzi was like all into Audrey Hepburn, and then until they saw this Louis Vuitton small bag, which is really different from the Kipal, so they were really into now LV producing smaller sizes. So usually Speedy bags has 4 sizes now. It's the 25, 30, 35, and 40. So it's just an increment of 5 centimeters to all of the sizes. So when you find any Speedy 30 like lesser than 25 or more than 25, like 26, 28 centimeters, 36 centimeters, that's a red flag already. It should be 25, 30, 35, and 40. But guys, there's one exemption. It's called the Nano Speedy. Nano Speedy. It's just 16 centimeters. And it's a special type of LB Speedy Bag. So, but the usual is the 30, 25, 12, 30, 35, and 40. Now, so that was the story of the creation of the Speedy 30. So, it was released in 1930s. It's really a vintage bag. That's why it was made for people to use daily. So, it's like express one that they can use instead of an kipal bag. So, that's why this is the most sought at that time. Even now, Speedy 30 is like, it's the friendly user bag of the LB. Okay, so now, as I've said, this is not just an unboxing, but also I want to know to you, I want to show to you guys what are the points to check if your Speedy 30 bag is an authentic bag or not. So, I just laid down five points for you to know if your bag is fake or authentic. So, the first one is of course guys, the date code. So, the date code. So, all of LB bags, most of the time, before 1990, there is a date code. So, if vintage bags less than 1990 was produced before 1990, most of the time the date code is not yet stamped on it, or there are cases that you cannot find the date code. Now, guys, there are sellers saying that their bag has a date code and it's searchable. Not all date codes that are searchable on the internet is a legit bag, because you know, counterfeiters are really good now with copying even the date code. So now, guys, how do you actually know what is the date code? So LB made like this. If a bag date codes is after 2007, you will count it like the third and fourth numbers are the date of production. But anyways, I'm not actually sure with the 2007 date codes onwards. But when it comes to vintage bags from prior to 2007, this is how you will count it. So for example, on this bag, the date code is under this mini pouch inside, and it's SD0937. So I'm just gonna show you guys here. I hope you can see it. Does it focus? Ayan. Can you see it? So there. So SD0937. So I actually checked this one. Guys, SD0937. 0937. So the first and third number is actually the month of the production. So it's 03 means March, January, February, March. And then the second and fourth number is the year of the production, which is 9 and 7, which is this one is produced in the year 1997. So that's it. That's how you will know the production date and year of the bag. And then SD, it's actually could be made in Paris or it could be made in the US. But guys, it should be consistent with the heat stamp. So here guys, the next thing to know or to note is the actual heat stamp on the LB bag. So guys, there are professional people who actually study the typography of the LB bags. They are professional authenticators wherein they actually check the length, the font, if it's really consistent with the authentic LB. So on my case, this is the heat stamp. I hope you can see it as well. So it's Louis Vuitton, Paris, made in the USA. So there. I'm gonna show you to you longer so that you will know and check the actual heat stamp if it's authentic or not based on what you are seeing right now. So if you will ask me if it's authentic, guys, I will tell you some points how it became authentic. So first of all, it has the consistency with the date code. So SD is actually the country where it was manufactured, which is actually US or France. SD is US or France. This one I searched, this country code. Now, it says here made in the USA, so it's consistent. The next thing that you will know is with the Louis Vuitton font. First is the, okay, it's easier if you will know the red flags. So here, most of the counterfeits, the letter O, both on the letter O of Louis and Vuitton should be symmetrical. Some of the counterfeits, it's bigger or smaller. It should be not. It should be both symmetrical with the other one. And then another thing that you will note is the double T. It should be it's like it should be stamped near together or near each other. There are so many Louis Vuitton. See here, as you can see on the box, it's the same with the hit stamp. Zero. Sorry, the O and O here should be both symmetrical and rounded, not like elongated O. And then the double T should be like this. It's almost near to each other. So another thing to note is the letter N on the Louis Vuitton, on the Vuitton word. Actually, the N here, I hope you can see it. I'll show you guys. The N here is actually big. It's not narrow written or heat stamp. It's a bit wider when they heat stamp the letter N. So I hope you can see it. Also, guys, heat stamp of Louis Vuitton, it's not that stamped too hard. It's just really light, and the font is so light, or it's not stamped to make it look like authentic. So a lot of counterfeiters, their stamp is really like embossed deep. Not embossed, but stamped deep on the leather. So that's one another thing to note. So we've been with the date code and the heat stamp. So the next thing that you will know, you need to know, is the leather that is used. So this is a cow head leather or trim. So this is actually a leather, but a coated canvas to be exact. It's a coated canvas, which is LV made to make their bags less to avoid counterfeiters to copy this one. So how? You see, this MonogramCanvas, it's non-scratchable. That's one thing to note. The leather of LV is actually non-scratchable. So the body itself is still durable. That's one thing that they made about the leather of LV Speedy. It's really durable. It passed through time. It's really good. Ganon kaganda yung bag ng LV. So this is made really good and durable. So that's one thing to check with your LV bags. Plus, you have to actually check the actual canvas. You will find the grains on it. This is the texture. I hope you can see that there's a texture on the LV bag. So it has, this grains. So that's the one thing that you will notice with the authentic one. This grain type of canvas. Plus, guys, the professional authenticators, the counts of the floors, the LV. This LV markings on this bag. So, well, I didn't count it at all. But as I can touch and scratch this area, I can really say that this is really far apart from fake ones. Then, so we have been, I gave you already 3, date code, heat stamp, and of course the body. So the next thing that you need to know are the leather, the Vachetta leather. So guys, there are different types of leather on the LV bag. So the Vachetta one is used in the LV Speedy. So this one, because of sign of usage, I think now it's honey patina. They call it honey patina. Let me just check that so I don't give you a wrong information. So sorry. So honey patina. Okay, so there. Before the beige color, when you buy a new bag, it's like really white color. And then when the leather goes aging, it becomes honey patina. So as I told you, this bag was manufactured in March of 1997. That's why you can really find the color of this bag already turning into a honey type color, or what they call the honey patina. So guys, these handles are made from Vachetta leather. Now guys, I'll show you how the stitches and the handle looks like now. Actually, I showed you a while ago. So these are the watermarks because of the sign of usage, but it's still in a good condition, and I can still say to you that this is still good. And then also guys, as you can see on the glazing, I hope you can see the glazing, it's a bit of brown or a bit of honey color. So one red flag for fake ones is that most of their glazings for their bags are way too obvious to note. It's so red or maroon. It's really, but the fake ones are really easy to note when it's so red. The glazing here, I've seen a lot of it, and it's really obvious that it's fake. So that's one to note. Okay, so what's the last? So what I gave you already is the date code, the heat stamp, the body and the leather on the hardwares or the handles. And the last one that I want to share with you is of course the hardware. So guys, see, most of the time the hardwares of the LV is made of gold or brass. It's actually gold, brass, and a bit of silver. So guys, here I will show you that the puller still is in gold, but plain. And also the puller should be with the leather leaf type shape. So it has a hole here, and this one is also part of this because this is where you put the lock. So if you find a puller that is really white and not a leaf shape type, that is a fake one. Also guys, this one, the puller itself should be locked with a special rivet. They call it rivets, this Louis Vuitton one. Okay, and the font itself, I hope you can see it, it should be like this. Okay, and another part of the hardware is these rivets. And guys, to note that the stitches of LV Speedy has counts. So one thing to note to yourself that you should be counting it. So on the upper part, it should be 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each side should have 4, and then 5 and 5. So it's like 5, 4, 5. So that's one thing to check as well with the stitches. And LV does not stitch a bright yellow thread on their LV bags. If you find it like that, please tell yourself, obviously, it's a fake one, okay? Now, here, the rivets here should be embossed, guys. So, this should be embossed, not flat. If you find bags with a flat one, it's definitely a fake, okay? And then this part of the hardware, wherein the handle and this bag is connected, you find this square handle, right? Square hardware, right, guys? As you can see, this one should not have a sharp edge, like, you know, like just like a sharp square edge. It's a bit of round, like at the edge. So that's one part of the hardware that you need to check as well. So that's it, guys. Those are the simple things, or the basic ones that you actually check if the bag is authentic or not for a LV Speedy 30 vintage bag. So again, just a review, it should be the date code, the heat stamp, the body itself, the leather itself, the texture of the body, and then of course the handle, the puller, you know, the leather that is attached as well, this Vachetta leather, and of course, guys, the pipings as well, and the hardwares. So as you can see, I can still say that my bag, even though it's a pre-loved one, still in a good condition, and I can say it's original. So if you still have any doubts that this is a fake one, I did some what's this? I did something to make myself at ease or at peace. So after buying this, it's with me like 1 month, and then I know it's authentic, but just to be sure, I also did pro authentication with this bag, and thankfully it's actually authentic. So just to give you also another information, LV bags, LV stores here in UAE, or I'm not sure if anywhere in the world, they don't actually authenticate bags. So if a seller told you you can have it authenticated in an LV store, don't believe them, because it's not true. There's no LV stores that authenticate. Even in other brands, they don't authenticate bags. The reason is because sometimes those bags are not bought from them, and telling a client that it's authentic just because they're working there, and then suddenly the bag was proven not authentic, it would actually tarnish the reputation of the store. So even though they are experienced already, they can even check with just one viewing of the item that it's fake or not. Still, they won't tell you. Even in other brands. I tried before with one of my bags. I went to this store and they said they don't authenticate bags. So for LV as well, they don't. So that's it, guys, and I hope you learned something from this, how to spot if your LV Speedy 30 vintage bag is a fake or not. I hope you learned. Please hit like and subscribe, and guys, see you on my next videos. Bye!